Hi, folks. This is for those who've been asking about improving their writing. And this is extra, there's no homework attached to this. This is for folks who feel like they're ready to begin looking at their writing at the sentence level. And what I mean by that is you're beginning to look at word choice and word order, aka syntax, in your sentences. So again, this is extra work, no homework attached to this. Extra lesson, excuse me. Okay, so the focus for this lesson, part one and part two, is I'm trying to make the case that writing less has more impact, we'll say more. So the case for writing less to say more. So part one, I want to go over how we can edit down to improve the impact of our writing. So this is a famous short micro story from Ernest Hemingway. I'm not a big fan of Hemingway, but I think this 6-word story is incredible. So in 6 words, right, the story is for sale, baby shoes, never worn. Okay, so this what we can garner from this story is that it's an advertisement, right? And the deeper message is that the baby has possibly died. There was a loss of a child. That the baby shoes there was never an opportunity for them to be used. Okay, so in 6 words, Hemingway relates this tragedy. So this is an example of a student essay, a student's sentence. A point is everyone at some point in time has had a vision of what they want to become, who they aspire to be. In some cases, you might even come across those special individuals which have a mental construct and a step-by-step diagram of how to achieve that goal. This sentence has a lot of great language in it, great vocabulary, aspire, mental construct, step-by-step diagram, really great language. So, it starts off with a strong foundation, so now let's refine it. So it's 51 words and it's one sentence. And if you write a sentence that's 51 words, I think that should be the clue that you can pare it down. Not to say that a 51 word sentence can't be amazing or beautiful. There are a lot of writers who write whose style are these long flowing sentences. So it's a stylistic choice. But for now, let's focus on how we can restrain how we write, so the impact is more meaningful. So paring this down, the first revision, everyone at some point in time imagines who they want to become, period. One might even come across an individual that represents that mental construct, period, providing one with a step-by-step diagram of how to achieve that goal, period. So further scaling it down, everyone at some point imagines their future self. One may even find inspiration from another person, semicolon, a living diagram who models the steps to reach the ideal you. So 28 words, 2 sentences, right? So this was really kind of finding a way to a clearer way of saying what that previous 51-word sentence said. And then, so now that the meaning has been reduced to this, we can then begin making choices about language and words and word order. So again, word choices, less words that do better work, right? Has had a vision becomes some point imagines. Okay, what they want to become, who they aspire to be, becomes their future self. Has had a vision, find inspiration. You might even come across those special individuals, ... becomes inspiration from another person. A step-by-step diagram becomes a living diagram. I actually really liked a step-by-step diagram, but I wanted to, again, play off of the idea of person, right? So a diagram you don't usually associate with a person. So adding the word living to qualify diagram sort of adds this other dimension to diagram to make use of it in a way that you wouldn't typically expect. Okay. So here's another sentence. She used her money to purchase a large type desk made of mahogany, wood that is dark brown in color and handsome to look at. So there's a lot of things here that are unnecessary. You know, what are some of the words you don't need? So used her money is similar to purchase. Large type is wordy. You don't need that dash type part of the word. And mahogany wood is dark brown, okay? So she purchased a large, handsome-looking mahogany desk, right? Very different than this sentence. She used her money to purchase a large type desk made of mahogany wood that is dark brown in color and handsome to look at. You know, this becomes a more refined and immediate sentence, right? In view of the fact that it was raining down, orders were given that the game be canceled. Okay, again, some things that aren't necessary. What isn't necessary? Excuse me. The game was canceled because of rain, right? Immediate. In view of the fact that it was raining down, orders were given that the game be canceled. The game was canceled because of the rain. You know, again, these are, you could make the stylistic choice for this, right? But here, you know, I can't be compelled to think that there's a you know, a creative reason to keep this sentence out of context, you know. So writing better sentences. Why was the road crossed by the chicken? Okay, so it sounds off, right? We don't normally hear this question in this order, right? Because the chicken should be the subject of the sentence. The chicken should be the doing, right? Instead, the main thing in this sentence is the road, right? Really, do we care about the road or do we care about the chicken? Right? So a reason I wanted to show this is to illustrate what passive voice is. And this is really one way you can begin looking at your writing. So a lot of folks, even, you know, I write in passive voice. Published writers write in passive voice. But if you really want to begin to scrutinize your writing, evaluating what sentences are in passive voice and putting them into active voice forces you to look at the verbs that you're using in your sentences, right? So in active voice, it's, why did the chicken cross the road? Okay. Active voice. The chicken is now doing the doing. Okay. So there will be part 2 to this. Okay.